Hey everybody, this is Navy SEAL. Um, One thing I learned is that I've been playing GTA 5 on the PS4 here recently, and apparently they got rid of the FIB Buffaloes. If y'all haven't noticed, like with these two vehicles, which is honestly the stupidest idea Rockstar could have ever done. And I noticed while I'm driving around that there is literally no black and white Ford Crown Victorians without having to do some stupid little glitch to get to it, which is retarded as hell. Like, why the hell y'all gonna allow all these tires and shit like that, the F1 tires and the Benny's tires to be modded onto cars and get the Yankton license plate put on them, but you don't want to allow people to drive the FIB Buffalo and the freaking Crown Vic, the black and white one? Like, come on, like nobody wants to see these dumbass cars here. Nobody really does. Like, it's really just a nuisance that nobody likes. It was good the way it was. That's all that's good for, is really honestly that. No, I'm sorry I haven't been uploading very often, but shit. Just been trying to find something to upload about and figured that this would be one good topic, is why Rockstar is taking away the role playing attributes that a lot of people like for instance the FIB Buffaloes and stuff like that, or like you can buy a fire truck on here, but you can't sit there and buy an ambulance or a cop car or anything like that. Like for instance, I'm gonna call this off real quick. I'll pull up this real quick. Warstock. See, like you can buy this for $3.2 million, but you can't buy no police cars, SUVs, none of that, none of the emergency vehicles except for that one. This lifeguard truck, which buddies of mine have actually figured out, buying this is actually a waste of money. You can go and get this car off the streets for free and put it or get insurance on it for like 100,000. So literally, it's useless on buying that. For instance, really, like, you think anybody's gonna buy this? I've never seen someone buy the armored truck or the Boxville with the cones on the front, or even the lifeguards 4-wheeler. Like, you can actually go and get these off the street. There's nothing special about them, but you're gonna take out the good stuff. And then, for instance, the laser is at 65 or 6.5 million. Like, come on, you can go get that shit for free at the airport. Like, no big deal. Like, some of this just does not make sense. Like, I don't know what Rockstar was thinking. Yeah, some of the stuff they've added in here, yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, like, some of it, it's just literally useless. Like, for instance, this box, you can buy the prison bus, but you can't buy a cop car? Like, what does that make? That makes no sense. Or like this truck, you can get this truck completely free if you find it over there near the gun stores. Like, or even the Journey or the airport bus. You can find all these vehicles driving around and they want you to buy them. But at the same time, they don't want you to buy like police cars and stuff like that, or even allow some of them to still be in the game. Like, really, like, you're not making a whole lot of sense here. Like, honestly, the freak, the, the Ford Interceptors on here literally are one of the probably worst cop cars you can actually get. Being that the fact that they're so back heavy. Like, if you get any airborne or anything like that, the back end is going straight to the ground while the nose is going straight up in the air. You have no control over it whatsoever. But the Crown Vic, you got a lot more control over. And there's some spots where, like, in the map that I've seen, where graphics makes little to no sense. Like a curb that is non-existent, but it gives the physical ability of pushing a car up for it. That's cool. Really? Just kind of curious. Is anybody else feeling how stupid this is? Like, GTA story mode, you got all this other stuff, but yet you're going to take it off online. Like the wild animals, you got no wild animals on story or the online mode. No cougars, none of that. No sharks. Yeah, that's good. Also, I think some places, like, yeah, people like to kill each other. And if that's what you're really rooting for, then make it where there's a possibility of actually not being able to, have cops on. And I'm not talking like cops turn blind eye for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. No. Like, where you can actually go into a server like set this one and actually just sit there and kill each other and not have to worry about cops killing you. Like, honestly, like, y'all took off the Xbox 360 and the PS3 servers and stuff like that. But yeah, people enjoyed those more because they still had, like, original cars, like the Crown Vic cop car and all that other stuff. It was easier to roleplay on. This one, not so much. Not very many people can roleplay. It's hard to find an ambulance without having to call up the emergency hotline and stuff like that. Or any of that. Like, for instance, watch, I'll drive over here to this hospital. No ambo. Still no ambo. See? Like, you had like some few spots where the black and white Crown Vic actually spawned, which was cool. And you took them out for whatever reason, and the Buffalo, you're going to replace it with civilian cars? Because, if I'm not mistaken, the black and white should have spawned either there. There's one that usually spawns right about there. And the other one spawned right about there. So, I don't know what's going on with the Rockstar by taking out some of the better things that they had and putting in, like, keeping some of the not so good things. I just don't know what's going on with that. Like, some things just Rockstar just disappoints me in. And honestly, if they tried to promote and help out with the whole role-playing server, like servers for people, because some people do like to do car meets and role-playing, yeah, and you actually finally added a car meet garage where people can do that. But at the same time, people like to roleplay. Why are you going to make it where you can use the car wash over here if you don't want people to sit there and actually roleplay? Like, it makes little to no sense. Like, for instance, like, really? I can sit there and go through this car wash for the normal car, not mine apparently. But, like, I can go through a car wash and stuff like that for role-playing purposes, but at the same time, I can't drive a cop car to do cops and robbers. And then some of the outfits, like the polo shirts, you don't have single-colored polo shirts. Like, you got everything else that hardly anybody ever uses. But the attires and the just, like, plain-colored outfits or the certain camos, like, some of it you don't have. That makes little to no sense. Like, Rockstar, I think you're kind of slacking a little bit on GTA 5. Maybe if you were to pick up the pace a little bit, that'd be great. Or pull out GTA 6. Like, so honestly, I think I'm not the only one that feels this way. If any of y'all that's watching this feels this way too, please comment, like, and subscribe. Like, so that way we can get Rockstar to notice what's going on in their servers, because they don't have a hotline, they don't have an email where you can message them about things like this. They don't, which they would make a lot more money if they actually did. in my opinion, if they got more opinions from their customers, they would honestly know what to expect and how to make their games more effective and not just doing whatever whenever and hopefully it goes good. No, you listen to them and they will tell you what they want and it'll bring in more income. Like updating your shark cards. Like, for instance, like, look, I'm gonna be like straight up with you. Look at the prices of these vehicles. 3.4 for the Avenger. The V tier is 1.6. This RO86 is 4.3. Hell Annihilator is 3.8. This boat over here is 2.9. The Toreador is 3.6. Like, all these vehicles are coming at such a high price. But when I go over here to the PlayStation Store and pull up these shark cards, like, for instance, $3 for $100,000. Like, nobody's gonna buy that because you can't buy anything with $100,000. Or like for the $5, nobody can buy $200,000. They're not gonna waste that money. $20 for 1.2 million. I can run Kyle once and get more than that, and I don't have to sit there and spend $20 to do it. Honestly, if you're gonna do like shark cards and you want people to buy them, for instance, put this $1.2 million one up here for the $3 card. Or like this, for instance, it's $8 million for $100. Like, I can run Kyle a couple of times, probably get about the same amount, and not have to spend that $100. Like, if you're gonna make it like $100, make it like 100 mil or 20 mil. Like, just boost it up a little bit. Like, update your shark cards. Like, yeah, 8 million would have been like, you could buy a little bit, like almost one of everything back then. But now it's like literally you could buy two things and then you're broke. Like, update your stuff, please. Like, and try to listen to your customers a little bit more. Like, I know it's hard to understand, but your customers will tell you what they want. Because other people, I've heard, like, people don't play on GTA 5 as much, and I've heard it from some of my friends that they used to play it, but they don't anymore. It's because they're tired of the griefing or the consistent trash talking, which, yes, just mute them, no big problem. Griefing, just go to your own private server. But what's the point in going to a private server or invite-only server if you can't do stuff like people want to do, like car meets or role-playing or even TDMs without having to start up a whole mission? Like, just going around just killing each other, like, for fun. Like, no strings attached, no time limits or any of that. Like, people just want to have fun. So just, Rockstar, please look into these and actually figure this out. Like, it'll be so much better and you will get so much more players and so much more income if you just listen. And if you would actually set up a site or a phone number or something where people can post like options or opinions or thoughts, and you get the feedback from other people, you're going to actually be more likely going to see an increase in spending. Like, people are going to buy it more. They're going to enjoy it more. Let the public know that their voice can actually be heard, that you can actually listen to them. Because once you do that, they're going to play a lot more. I hope one of y'all that works at Rockstar hears this and realizes what actual steps need to be done, not what, instead of blind firing into the wind, you're actually sitting there and understanding, like, what's going to make more income. It's not rocket science. It's really not. If you had people playing on this game like you say you do, or people say that they work for you, then you would realize what people are saying. But it seems like y'all are just throwing in new stuff and not doing anything about the existing stuff. Like, you're not bringing in the better cars that people like, or you're not letting stuff happen, but you're letting other stuff that's worse than what you was letting happen. Like the cars, like the cop cars, like the black and white or the FIB Buffalo. That didn't affect nobody. That didn't sit there like you could just steal it and have fun with it. Yeah. Now you gotta what? Do like a 10-step process to get to it? While people literally take 3 steps to actually going into God mode and killing everybody and not being able to get killed? Like, come on. Use your brain if you have any. It's not hard. Well, like I said, I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm irritated or agitated or just griping, but I'm just trying to make GTA better for everybody because I know I'm not the only one feeling this. If anybody else feels this way, please make it known. Like, help me get Rockstar to see this. See, like, for instance, his wheels, they're lowrider tires on a jet. Like, it's not rocket science. Like, you're going to take away something that means nothing, but you're going to promote other things like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, still, don't just, like, take out some of the good stuff and leave some of the not so good stuff. Well, that's the end of my video. Please, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully Rockstar can get into this. Hopefully Rockstar can use some common sense and knowledge. Well, later, guys.